Exorcism. I've known you for my whole life, though I've never really known your name. After all, as I've grown, your identity always seemed to shift. What was it again? Anxiety? Depression? It's hard to keep track with all the different monikers you have gone by. Though those names were always tossed around as if they were a brick in my foundation. Though I feel it's time for us to sincerely have a chat in regards to the nature of our relationship. After all, some things have shifted. I know I've said I've known you for my whole life, but in reality, I've known you for all of yours. You seem to forget this detail amongst your incessant whispering in the back of my mind, but I was there for your birth. From that first hit of the bowl when I was 18, you have skulked around. Though you didn't enter this world with a wail. At least not one of your own. Every time you make an appearance on stage, it always felt like death was creeping around the corner. It sure as hell made things more difficult when I was actually sick. Nothing quite like being told that what you're dealing with is just a mental disorder. Thanks for that, by the way. When I quit smoking pot, you pretty much vanished once the smoke cleared. Though, in truth, you never really left. You just put on a different set of clothes as if you were Bizarro's Superman. You see, I had never really made a correlation towards your presence and my taste for the devil's nectar. I drank for years and never really paid you much mind. Shit, I didn't even know you were there. Though, in reality, looking through the lenses of a sober mind, that was where you were the most insidious. The conditions for your calamitous cacophony were perfect. I lost my apartment, was piss broke. In some sick cosmic joke, I lost my teeth. My dignity. The list goes on, but you know that already. I was merely a fragment of my former self, quick to anger and as bullheaded as could be. As a result, I hit the sauce even harder. How much worse could it really get, right? I suppose at that point, I really didn't care. You were wrapped around my throat as if you were a noose. I wallowed in it for a good while, feeling isolated. Ultimately making my health worse due to how Crohn's and your venom mix. I was tired, and you were looming over me as if you were a vengeful god who would wreak havoc upon me if I didn't pay your tithe. Though that was the hangovers talking. Though this was ultimately your critical failure. After all, I was tired. Something had to give. The options were simple. Keep falling to the very vices that were my folly and keep paying your flesh tithe? Or go through the tribulations of exorcising the demons from your elixirs of life? One way or another, I was going to pay in some way. I chose what was best for me. I think we both know the outcome. I'm honestly shocked that you didn't notice that the ground beneath your feet started shattering back then. You see, though, that is the nature of what you are. You are what I perceive, a mere reflection of human emotion. You were never something that was beyond my control. The once I let you take the reins as if you were a deity, you acted as such. Your gravest folly. You see, I remember every scar received from that fall to rock bottom. Every scar when I busted through its basement. Even though there were times when it felt as if getting sober was going to merely be a fool's errand. Even though I know that there are certain things that won't realign to how they were before that fall, I still chose to climb my way out of that hole. Once I removed your power, you lost hold. Though for me, your presence was directly tied to external substance abuse. Sadly, this is not always the case for other people. You're no god. You're sure as fuck no demon either. You're just a reflection of my emotions. And the booze was being poured directly on those flames. You damn near burned my life to the ground. I'll be damned if I ever feed into you again.